Hello and welcome to 3D Print Passion. Today I like to show you how to print support without any damage on the overhangs. Have fun watching this video. To do this I use PVA, a not very much known filament. It's printed a little bit like PLA but with lower temperatures, somewhere around 170 till 190 degrees. And with a bed temperature around 55 degrees. PVA absorbs moisture and you should keep it dry and protect it from light. I like to create a little frame lapse, and for this I took a little glass, put water in it and glued the PVA filament to that glass. And now let's see how it behaves if it comes in contact with water. So in the beginning there is not a lot to see, but during the time it gets bigger and bigger, and you see that it really, after a certain time, it completely fall apart. The printing behavior itself, in my opinion, is very good and very easy. PVA is not considered as a toxic material and it don't really smell. You can take advantage of this material if you have a dual extruder printer and use this material as support. But there are a few things to check out before starting with printing. To start with my test print, I decided to place that little support test piece on Cura, and I like to show you now what settings you should choose to have the best possible support I found with the settings. So the first thing is you need to make sure that your extruder is using the correct filament, and for me it's the white extruder. We select it here. Of course you need to generate support, and then we go a little bit down to set distance, and this set distance you need to select, or you need to switch to 0.0 millimeters, that the layers from the real print are completely placed, like on print bed, directly on the support. But there is something more here, also support distance, button distance, and so far you can always select 0.0. Another thing you need to check is the support XY distance. This need also to be on 0.0. And also very necessary here is enable roof. The reason is, I show you, we will slice that little part now. So have a look to the previews. We see here now our standard support, and we go a little bit down, and you see here, this is the roof of our support. If we go some layers down, you see here only the support itself, but we like to have a really most possible beautiful overhang here on that point. Same here, you see it also here. You can see that roof which is printed with support filament, and if we go a little bit up, you see the support roof is building up, and on the next layer you have now the overhang printed directly on this roof, and this results in a more or less perfect overhang. Perfect is relative, I know, but in my opinion, you will see it a little bit later in this video, the overhang looks really beautiful. Yeah, that's the most interesting settings you need. Of course, there are other things you can switch and try by yourself, but with the settings you should already get nice results. Let's have a look to the test print. Yeah, have a little bit stringing, but depending to the temperature I used, it's around 30 degrees more like expected. I think it's normal. Yeah, let us put that little test print into a glass of water and see the frame lapse. And it's very, very interesting, in my opinion. You see how the support is completely falling apart. The material tends to a behavior of stringing, especially if you print above, like me, 20 till 30 degrees above the temperature, like supposed. From the feel, if you touch this material, it feels a little bit like TPU. It's very softened and you can bend it. It feels a little bit like rubber, but it's not so flexible like TPU. Once the PVA material absorbs moisture, the stringy behavior is much more than before. That's the reason why printing out of a dry box makes absolutely sense, in my opinion. My test print is somewhere around 220 degrees, which creates much more stringing, of course. Let's put it in a water bowl. And really unbelievable how quick this support will leave the printed object. But I was not very patient and need to check in between how far the support already dissolved from the object. And yeah, looks pretty nice, in my opinion. Look at that wing. Unbelievable. Okay, give it a little bit more time. After that, I cleaned it with a little bit fresh water. Let's see the result. Check out if you can find any residences of this printed support. And yeah, maybe you find something? I didn't. Really pretty nice surface. Unbelievable. It looks like it was printed on a heat bed, but of course this is not a heat bed print. This is printed on support. Overall, this little eagle is yeah, in my opinion, very nice. A little bit of stringing on the wings, but that's from the main filament and of course not from the PVA filament. Yeah, in my opinion, a successful print. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, leave me a comment. See you next time and happy printing. Bye.